Greetings of the day to all of you. I wholeheartedly welcome you all to the second series of the mental health conversation. Topic of today's session is role of values in happiness. So values are basically the primary colors that we use to paint the beautiful picture that we have, that we make in our life. It's like a canvas that we use to make the beautiful picture. So before starting the session, I would like to introduce you all. We have Mr. Loon from Department of Commerce and also the caretaker of the Northeast Cell. We have next Dr. T.K. Mishra, Director, School of Happiness. Dr. Madhu Bhatta from the English department. We have Dr. Nagendra Pal, who is an expert in storytelling. We have Ms. Archana from the philosophy department and Ms. Nidhi Mathur from the administration department. So, talking about values, what do we all mean by values and how we can achieve happiness by those values?
Thank you, Shreya. Indeed, a very wonderful topic and most relevant topic since we have been conducting values-based happiness. It's very important to understand what do we mean by values and what are the types of values. So basically, we have a notion that values are something which are difficult to understand, and it's a kind of technical subject, but you would be really surprised to know that it is so simple. It is something that we expect from our friends or anyone else, relatives, etc., which we appreciate, which we like in others. Okay, so whatever qualities we like in others, in fact, they are my own values. The problem arises that we do not follow those values, and that forms the basis of anxiety and unhappiness. So even values are of different types: eternal values and then transitory values. Eternal values like love, respect, etc., does not change from time to time, and it remains same all over the places. But transitory values are just like, in the corona times, the values had become different. We needed something else. So it changes from time to time. Those are transitory values. And here we essentially discuss that how the higher values, lead to, happiness. It makes you happier. So we have come here to discuss these things, and we have a wonderful panel here, and I wish that each one of us would throw some light on this. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर, आपने वैल्यूज़ के बारे में, उसके टाइप्स के बारे में काफ़ी कुछ बताया. बट सीइंग द प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन वेयर द वैल्यूज़ आर वेरी टफ टू फॉलो, ये जो नोशन बना है, व्हाट इज़ द रेलिवेंस ऑफ वैल्यूज़ इन टुडेज लाइफ? आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट द पैनलिस्ट टू थ्रो सम लाइट ऑन दिस टॉपिक, दैट हाउ आर दीज वैल्यूज़, why are these values losing its efficiency, or why are people finding it difficult to practice these values today? What is the relevance in today's life?
थैंक यू श्रेया. जैसा कि आपने कहा कि कैसे नैतिक मूल्यों का पतन हो रहा है, और सर ने भी बताया कि जो वैल्यूज़ है या मूल्य है, जो एक पर्सन टू पर्सन, रीजन टू रीजन, कंट्री टू कंट्री जो है वो डिफ़र हो सकते हैं. और मुझे ये भी यही लग रहा है कि जैसे नैतिक मूल्यों का या फिर जो मूल्य है, वैल्यूज़ है, उसका हमारे जीवन में बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण एक स्थान है. हम अपने जीवन में ही नहीं, बल्कि अगर हम परिवार की बात करें, देश की बात करें, या फिर अंतर्राष्ट्रीय विकास की बात करें, या फिर आर्थिक विकास की बात करें, सामाजिक विकास की बात करें, राजनीतिक विकास की बात करें, तो वहाँ पर मूल्यों का बहुत महत्वपूर्ण स्थान है और योगदान है. और बिना ये जो मूल्य है, इसके बिना ना तो हमारा आर्थिक विकास सही तरीके से हो सकता है, ना तो हम अंतर्राष्ट्रीय जो विकास है या अंतर्राष्ट्रीय जो संबंध है उसमें जो है एक परिपूर्णता या फिर ये कह लो कि उसमें एक जो अच्छे संबंध की हम अपेक्षा करेंगे वो हमें नहीं मिलेंगे। तो यस, अगर इन मूल्यों का अगर पतन होता है तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें, जैसे रिश्ते रिश्ते अगर हम बात करें कि भाई अगर हम दोस्ती की बात करते हैं तो दोस्ती में भी अगर हम इस तरह के अगर ऑनेस्टी न रखें, लव का ध्यान न रखें, अगर रिस्पेक्ट का ध्यान न रखें तो वो सारे ख़त्म हो जाते हैं। और इसी तरह से अगर रिलेशनशिप में ले लो, अगर रिलेशनशिप में भी यही है कि अगर मूल्य अगर वहाँ पर नहीं होंगे तो अच्छे रिलेशनशिप की हम उम्मीद नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो मेरा यही
थैंक यू सर।
Thank
मैम
you.
शायद कुछ कहना चाहते हैं।
I just wanted to add on to what sir has said and to your question कि ऐसा problem क्यों आ रहा है?
Exactly.
Why are there crisis in values and what can be done to resolve this crisis? First of all, I would like to point out जो post modern era है और हमारा education system है, वो it teaches us to रिवोल्ट करना सिखाता है। अगर हम रिसर्च के जो मेथोडोलॉजी है अगर हम उस पर भी देखेंगे तो उसमें भी यही सिखाया जाता है कि आपको किसी को रिफ्यूट करना है, डिसएग्री करना है आगे बढ़ने के लिए। तो मुझे तो ये एक कारण लगता है व्हाई वी आर हैविंग क्राइसिस ओवर वैल्यूज़ बिकॉज वी आर टॉट इन एन इंस्टीट्यूशन कि हमें डिसएग्री ही करना है किसी को टू मूव फॉरवर्ड। Okay. And what I want to add to how it can be resolved is learning how to आदर करना. You know, I was thinking about how to get the equivalent meaning of आदर. It can be respect, but entirely it is not respect. आदर is like respect with nurture. आदर, अपने आप को आदर करना, अपने आप को आदर करना, फिर दूसरों को आदर करना, नेचर का आदर करना. So once we add this other, प्यार करना, nurture करना, I think everything will fall into its places. मुझे ऐसा लगता है. Thank you, Shreya.
It is also one of the core values that we need to imbibe, actually.
Yeah,
That respecting each form as it is.
हाँ, other as a value in our life.
Anyone else who would like to share something?
Hello everyone. So Shreya, I would like to add that values could be of various kinds, using moral values, ethical values, spiritual values. Moral, ethical values help us to live in a better way in the society, and society gets the good characters. Okay, so for example, having a generous heart, and also having a kind of truthfulness, having faith on others, loving nature, all these qualities add to our character. They are considered moral, ethical values, and they help us to lead a better life, and the others in the society remain happy if we display these qualities. Okay, there are other qualities that can be higher than these qualities also. Spiritual values. Spiritual values may be sometimes morally or ethically something appear right, but spiritually it may be something else that a person wants to do. Means apparently he might be, for example, a person, in order to protect someone, is speaking a lie, but that lie might be to protect someone. Okay, to protect someone's life, or to reach a higher goal. And also, when we become aware of our existence on this earth as a special creature created by God, because God has given us this life, so we have to connect ourselves that we are special beings. Human beings are born with special capabilities which other animals are not born with. So we recognize our special features that are given by the God, divine to us: thinking, mind, no other animal can do so many acts with with the body as we human beings can do. So we have to feel, we have to have a feeling of gratitude towards the divine, and we have to know the divine. It is our special task perhaps on this earth that we have to connect ourselves to the divine. So how can we connect? Only by appreciating all that divine has done everything. The Archana has said that we should have other. First of all, we should be able to respect ourselves as special species created by God, special status that we are given by God. Nowadays, so many human beings are there that we are just not paying attention that they are human beings. Every human life is so important, okay, because they are specially gifted by God. And when we start appreciating the feeling of gratitude for God, for the divine, it starts developing in our heart. Then we start seeing all around us and all those special human beings who have made so many efforts to discover the secrets of life, of good life, and those who have helped humanity to evolve. So spiritually we go on evolving. When we develop these spiritual qualities, when we start recognizing ourselves as spirit and as special human beings, a special creature sent on this earth by the divine, then we start developing our spiritual qualities that are much higher than even ethical and moral values. They are automatically there in our character when we aim towards higher values of life. Thank you.
थैंक यू मैम. हम लोगों ने काफ़ी वैल्यूज़ के बारे में बात किया. नाउ कमिंग ऑन टू द वेरी रूट एस्पेक्ट दैट हाउ कैन वी डेवलप स्किल्स, और प्रैक्टिकली इन वैल्यूज़ को प्रैक्टिस कैसे की जाए. I think you would be the very right person to answer this, because the role of values is very important when it comes to administration. So we can get a practical aspect from you.
Thank you, Shreya. So I feel that values reflect an individual sense of what is right and what is wrong. And values are inculcated or ingrained in a person right since when a person is born. And I also feel that whosoever, any person who comes in your life, like your parents, teachers, mentors, life partner, your friends, colleagues, anybody who comes across in your life, they teach you values. And it is up to you to decide which type of values you need to pick up from them. Like Mishra sir very rightly said that there are two types of values, higher values and lower values. And higher values take you towards happiness and ultimate, eternity. So I feel that these higher values are those values which are remembered by people even when a person dies. So as far as I am concerned, Shreya had introduced me, I take care of the administrative side of the college. So I feel after joining the School of Happiness and being a part of these series, I feel happy, elated, self-content that I also feel that whatever I am doing is gratifying, and I am doing complete justice to it. Values are also like your guiding principles that define your behavior, your attitude, your values, and everything. So these are certain skills that a person need to pick up from your, your mentors, your teachers, whomsoever comes across in your life. And even if those values and skills come from a person who belongs from the most humble background, you must learn those values from that person. So lastly, there was a very famous quotation from a well-renowned author, and he says that don't educate your children to be rich, educate them to be happy, so they know the value of things and not the price of material. So this is all what I have to say. Thank you, Shreya.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else who would like to share something?
This is Onai. Yeah. See, So I was talking about the low value and the higher value. So everybody obviously will go for higher value, and ultimately we want that ultimate thing, the happiness, quality of life. And in order to attain that quality of life, I do hope that we should extend our values. And as Nidhi has rightly put up, that sometimes we are human beings are all creations. We are God creations. We are unique. We are very different. We have different attributes, different characteristics, right? So here the point is, values for whom? It's for us, for myself, might be for my family, for the society, for the community, for the nations, for the country, and for all the stakeholders. So in order to attain that top, that says in the pyramid, in order to attain that happiness or ultimate quality of life, then one needs to take care of not only us, not only ourselves, but even our surroundings, our neighbors, right? Even air quality, we are talking about water. So all these things combined will support this values-based happiness. I think with that, I think I can add that.
Well, wonderful. I think all of us would agree that values are very important in life, and that leads to happiness. The problem is how to follow those values in our daily life. I would indicate four L's in this regard. Number one, that listen. L is for listen. Listen to the wisdom of your own body. Okay? Wisdom. I'm saying wisdom of your body. Sometimes your body demands too many chocolates. Then you have to see that whether it is right or wrong, or whether I should feel hungry about chocolate or not. So wisdom of body. Transitory values, like today we are seeing people using mask. Okay, we very well know that in Delhi there is not a single case of corona, but still, since we are not listening to the wisdom of our body, whether we need it or not, we are just following the guidelines blindly. Okay, so that is one. And then second L is, look within. Okay, very important. As Dr. Badhu Bhatta very rightly said, that you do not know your nature. You do not know that you are creation of God. Okay, once you know that, then perhaps you will not fight among yourself. Okay, you will not have communal feelings in your mind, because all are creations of God. So basically we do not know our own nature. Okay, so we need to look within. Okay, this is the second L. And then third is, we need to like a sense of appreciation. Okay, God has given us so much. Okay, so the feeling of plenteousness, feeling of abundance, feeling of being king or queen of your inner world. Okay, unless we have those things, we cannot feel happier. So that kind of attitude, that develop a liking for yourself as well as for the humanity, for the nature, everyone. And the last L, I would say, love. Element of love we need to develop. Okay, love for nature, all creations of God. Okay, we when we love things, then there is a reciprocal effect. Love begets love. If you love people, people will love you. But if you don't love, then you are not loved by others also. So these are the four L's. If we implement in our daily life, I think we would be easily attaining a very happy life. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. एडिंग टू द एल यू वुड से लाइक आपने इंट्रोस्पेक्शन और सपने बात की कि वैल्यूज इज समथिंग जो हमें खुद इम्बाइब करनी है. तो मुझे आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर समथिंग कि धूल थी चेहरे पे और हम आईना साफ करते रहे. एंड वैल्यूज़ आर एक्चुअली दोज थिंग्स जो उस धूल को मिटाने में हमारी हेल्प करती है एंड हेल्प अस टू ग्रो इन स्पेशली इन द लॉन्ग रन. और उसके लिए एक चीज़ बहुत ज़रूरी है, वो है खुद को जानना, विच इज़ विद द हेल्प ऑफ ऑडिटिंग. सो द नेक्स्ट लेक्चर विच वी वुड बी डिस्कसिंग वुड बी ऑन सेल्फ ऑडिट, जिसमें हम काफ़ी सारे एस्पेक्ट्स कवर करेंगे एंड दैट इज़ द टॉपिक फॉर लेक्चर 3. सो थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू फॉर शेयरिंग योर विस्डम विथ अस. थैंक यू एवरीवन.
Thank you, Shreya.